My dad wants to move in with me when he gets out of jail. My dad is currently in jail. I received a letter from him this morning asking if he can move in with me when he gets out in March. I'm 22 years old and live with my boyfriend in a 2-bedroom flat. I've never really had the best relationships with my father. He's been a drug addict my whole life and is in jail for abusing his girlfriend. Whenever I visited him during my teenage years, I would always ring my mother and cry to come home because he's so negative, and we would all be walking around on eggshells trying not to make him angry. It's strange to me because I have never lived with him before and I don't want to. His vibes give me anxiety, and I've already cried twice over this. Can somebody please give me advice on how I can say no without hurting his feelings? He says he's off the drugs and doing better, but a part of me doesn't believe it at all. Womp
Tell a
womp.
motherfucker no.
Just say
No.
no.
Yeah, you sometimes you cannot live in a place and not have peace. That is my number one thing. If you are
Yeah.
paying rent somewhere and you feel like you cannot have peace, then don't fucking do it. You know what I mean? If you've never lived with this man and this man is driving you to this point in insane, don't
From
fucking
a
do it.
letter.
Like it's no
Yeah.
point. Like you deserve to have your own sanity right now. You're not a little kid anymore. He can't order you to do shit. You can tell that motherfucker to kick rocks and tell him be like, damn, if you didn't fuck your life up so bad, you'll have some people you could call to stay over. But I don't even know you for real. So fuck
Hmm.
off.
It kind of sucks though because
Fuck him.
I can
Oh, I didn't mean to.
I hate hurting people's feelings. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like I hate hurting people's feelings because I'm always giving advice where I'm just like, fuck them, fuck this, but like I have very few people in my life that I'm close with, and I hate ever having to hurt people's feelings. Like it gives me anxiety. I totally get it. And it sucks because it's like, uh, you know, he does need somewhere to go, and maybe it would be like a start for his life to get better, but it feels like a slippery slope. You live with your boyfriend, you're only 22. This is probably your first apartment,
That's
like,
gonna
with your
cause
boyfriend.
tension.
Yeah, if you're already walking around on eggshells just when you visit, like, imagine what that's like at home, like, when you're trying to, like, relax after work. I mean, it really sucks, though, because it's like, how do people really get back on their feet? Like, our country does not give people, like, stepping stones back up into society, like, when they leave
That
prison.
is
Like,
true. That
they
is
just throw
true.
you out there. So it sucks because it's like, oh, like, you
But
want
I
him to
am
be
going
able to
to
have a good
interject a
platform.
little bit and say this is why you don't be an asshole,
Yeah, this is why you don't do drugs and
especially
beat your
to
girlfriend, I guess.
your immediate family.
Yeah.
So you can keep going, Kelly. I'm
Uh,
sorry for that, but like, I just feel like yes, you
I
feel like
know.
you really want to help them because they're family, but then it's like you only been shitty to me. Like, you know what I
It's true.
mean?
No, it's true.
Like
Yeah.
so
And like you
what
said, your
am I
home should
supposed
be
to
your
do?
sanctuary.
Like,
Like, you should be comfortable at home. You know what I mean? Like, you should not be uncomfortable in your own house. Like, sorry,
but I
you
like
know?
that you brought up the boyfriend aspect because that could be a whole fucked up
Yeah, what if
situation
your
right
boyfriend
there.
doesn't like, how does he feel about this? It's like, I don't
Because
know.
he's not gonna really want to be in a situation seeing you getting all tensed up and all like you know what I mean. And then if your dad coming out of jail, I'm not think he's not paying for anything because he's probably not working. So then that's tension on top of that. And like it's gonna, I don't know. This is a hard one. Like this is a hard one, man.
It sucks. Yeah.
Oversell how small your place is. Just like, I'm sorry, we really don't have the space, but
Kyle, he was in jail, so I don't really think that, like, a small
dude,
apartment
it's
is gonna
different
be,
though.
like,
It's not like we don't
to
have the
him
space. It's
thinking
not
like,
like
"Oh, yeah."
it's not that we only have a limited amount of space for you. It's that this space that we have for the two of us is small for us, and we
Yeah.
can't put a third person in here. So
Say the
you
That's right. That's a
complex
good
don't
way to put
take
it.
convicts. That's what I say.
Well, what I was gonna
They
say
don't
is
take
because
convicts.
he is transitioning out of jail, there are certainly some health programs that you could look into for like temporary housing
Oh,
assistance and things like that. But like you
Mm.
need to tell him one, no, we're already like on top of each other with how small this place is. We don't have room for a third person here. If we
Yeah,
ever
and be
wanted to have
firm about
kids,
it.
yeah.
we'd have to leave here. Like, but then you follow that up with, however, I looked into these 2 or 3 programs that could help you with some temporary housing assistance while you get back up on your feet after you get out of jail. It's less shitty to deliver bad news to somebody when you can also give them like, but look into these things to see if like we can get you some help somewhere else. Like I can't help you, but let's see if somebody else can.
You know what's funny? Because after that letter he sent me, I would have sent one back like, "Who the hell told you I got a place?" Because that's somebody I need to kick off Facebook. Because that's some bullshit right there. But that's just me because I'm an asshole. I'm just
Honestly,
an asshole,
it is
man.
so crazy how many people, like, I don't know if it's our generation or whatever, but like my parents' age, I feel like they're also shocked that their adult children they're not really that involved in their lives. You know what I mean? But it's because I feel like people don't understand that, like you said, Rayshon, like you've been nothing but a dick to me, like all the time. You make me feel bad all the time. Like, why would I want to help you just because you're my dad? Because like when I'm thinking about it, of course, I'm kind of putting like my relationship with my dad. I'm like, oh my God, I would do anything to help my dad. But that's because I'm close with my dad. You know what I mean? My dad doesn't make me cry like every time I see him, you know? Like, yeah, you're right. Maybe you shouldn't have been an asshole to everybody. Sorry.
Made your own bed, dog.
It sucks.
Sometimes you gotta lay in it. That's why I always take the moment to try to be nice to everybody, even though I'm an asshole. But you gotta, because then when people think back at you, you don't want them to always think asshole. You want them to be like, he did buy me a coffee that one time, you know?
Rayshon can be a dick, but he makes me laugh, and he did buy me a cup of coffee. It was great. Yeah, okay. You can stay with me. Sounds great. Yeah.
It's not what you say, it's how you make people feel. Sometimes that takes the shape of you saying some shitty, terrible things to your child, or it takes the shape of Rayshon bringing me a coffee at work. He's a great friend.
Coffee and flowers. I think that's a nice Valentine's Day present, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's so ungrateful for.
Like she wasn't an asshole, but like she was a little like, I want more than this. But it's like, lady, you've been dating like a 27-year-old fucking schlub for your whole life.
Ellie, you're like what? You're like 30 though, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 31 this year. Oh.
See,
crazy.
See, you're kind of older to like the guy.
I love
so I feel
flowers
like
and a cup of coffee. Oh my God, that's great. Like
that's interesting.
Absolutely, yeah, awesome.
I wonder if we had like somebody else that was like younger, would they be like, "No, that's a shitty gift." You know what I mean?
Where's
like,
my giant teddy bear? Where's my Facebook post professing your love for me? Where's the Instagram story? That picture wasn't even flattering.
Yeah, Dad, where is the Instagram story telling me how grateful you are that you're out of jail and you're sober and that you want to have a good relationship with your daughter and you want to live with her? Where is that, Dad?
Yeah, Dad. You've never been here for any of my birthdays. I know you were in jail, but still, no excuse.
Fuck you, Dad.
See, that's a hard one. If it's like they've never been in your life type of thing.
Yeah, that sucks. She says they've never lived together ever. It's like a stranger living in your house almost. Like, I don't know.
Then you gotta hope you off drugs, because then it's like, I always tell people this. It takes almost three weeks. Sometimes in some states it takes 3 months for a person to be considered a resident in your house. I always tell people, you better never use my address. As soon as I hear you use my address, you gone. I don't care if you put on a job application, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
I didn't know
see what you're doing. Yep, that is exactly what it is. Then you gotta get them kicked out. You can't tell them to leave. You got to get them kicked out through like the court.
Evicted with a constable.
Oh, yeah, it's like squatting.
Yeah, I keep a track of it. I'll be like, why you got bags in my house?
How often do you have friends using your address and dropping shit off at your house?
No one's ever done that for me ever.
Not that much, because like I keep a track of
Discourages
it.
Discourages
You've been here, that bag been here for 2 days. Bitch. What is you doing? Like, I need you to
not that long, because I've been keeping track of it.
Oh God. I hope that was some good advice. Shitty situation to be in.
That was a beautiful advice.
Maybe you need to tell your boyfriend and be like, hey, just tell him no for me or something. Let him be the man, I guess.
Yeah, blame your boyfriend right up until your dad shows up and kicks the shit out of your boyfriend and said, I took care of that problem for us, honey. Now I can live here with you.
Now I can move in.
As he smokes
that would be funny as hell. I would laugh my ass off. If I was like the neighbor, I'd be like, damn.